Shut up, Will! Hey, this is Trek Trav. Welcome to your Star Trek Picard episode 10 farewell review. Make sure to subscribe, like, comment. Make sure you come back for the Strange New Worlds video or check it out because it's going to be here tonight. First things first, that was a mixed bag of episode. We start off, obviously, they're all at the chateau. They're all at the chateau talking. They're trying to work out what to do. Laris wants to go and help Renee. Not Laris. Taris? I don't know. Not Laris. Basically wants to go help Renee. Picard sneaks on, doesn't tell Raffi, Seven, or Rios what he's doing. They go to the NASA facility where the mission is waiting, the Europa mission, and Not Laris decides to sneak in and go see Renee. Picard just sort of hangs around outside, I'm gathering. Rios, Seven, and Raffi go into Sung's lab thinking he is there. He is not there. They discover he's got some drones that are going to do some blowing up shit if it doesn't work with him killing Renee. So anyway, they've got to hack into this. They've been fooled. They're going to hack into the drones. They manage to hack into the drones. And then Not Laris talks to Renee. And then it cuts. And then it's very quick. Like, I think you might miss it if you're not paying attention. But then Renee walks out and she meets up with Sung. And Sung grabs her by the hand. And suddenly Renee is dying. And as soon as I saw that, I thought, oh, that's definitely not Laris. She's pretending to be Renee. And that was the case, and she dies in Picard's arm as the Europa mission goes off into space. It's a sweet moment. It's a sweet death. And what I find funny is she tells Picard that he can't control her life or death, but technically she's controlling Renee's life or death. But ignore that. She saved Renee. She saved the day. Europa mission's a success. That's pretty much done. Then obviously Picard goes back to the chateau. They're all thinking about settling down in life on the planet. We see them. They're all at Chateau Picard. Rios, Seven, Raffi are there, and the nurse, the doctor that Rios fell in love with, and her son. They're all talking about what they're going to do. They don't know what to do. They don't know how to do it. Raffi and Seven exchange a kiss, which I think is their first time we've seen them kiss. And Rios is just enjoying having them around. Then Picard goes and he puts the key that he got from last episode, which was to his mother's door, in behind the brick. And then he hears Q call from the distance. Q sits him down and they have a chat. And I don't think I've ever cried at Star Trek before. But Q talking about how he was, because he's dying, he wanted to give Picard one last gift. And how he wanted to sort of teach him that he can do things and to move forward, and from his mother's death. And I honestly sat there and he goes, you shouldn't have to die alone. And Q sort of, and weirdly I'm going, you know what, this is a nice ending for Q. It's a nice ending for their relationship. And then, so basically Q goes, hey, I can click you home. And Picard goes and tells the others. Rios decides to stay with his nurse lady. He's nailed it. And Seven and Raffi go with Picard. But before they leave, Q sort of stands there and he goes, I can send you back. I've got a bit of extra energy now because Rios isn't coming. They mentioned not being alone when you die. And it was really, really poignant because my stepfather died and he wasn't alone. I was there, and it was I don't know, it hit me in the emotional parts. And Picard goes to him, you did this because you didn't want to be alone when he passed away. And then he goes and gives him a hug. And whatever their relationship was, whether it's antagonist or anything like that, Q has. And Q makes out like, Q says he's special, and I'm almost in tears now talking about it. And then he clicks them, and then that's Q done, and he clicks them back. On a side story, Corey with Dr. Sung he's realised he's failed. Renee's up in space. That mission's fine. Corey, who is Sung's genetically engineered daughter, deletes all his files. So all of his research and all of the information about the other people dying. You'd think she'd send him to the police. She basically gets a message and it goes, meet me here if you want to do more. And suddenly, Will Wheaton turns up. Kept that fucking secret, didn't you, mate? And he talks about being a traveller again. And I'm like, oh my God, they're referencing the traveller thing. That's really, really good. And he basically gives her a choice, stay here, live a normal life, or become a traveller like him. And she joins him, and then they beam away in a Star Trek transporter, a Starfleet transporter, which was a bit weird, to be honest. And then we don't see him again. He just doesn't pop up. So basically, cut back to Picard and Seven and Raffi. Sorry, Picard, Seven on the Stargazer. We're back in the 25th century, and the Borg Queen's there, and Picard goes, "Halt! Stand down!" And then what everyone suspected, it was Jurati. And we find out, and this is, so where it ends with Q is a really nice ending. And then all of a sudden we're thrown onto the Stargazer. The Queen's Jurati, we've all known that for a while. She's there to save them from a space anomaly that just magically popped up. And that's the reason she was trying to take over the ships to control them so she could coordinate them to destroy, at least hold back this, I want to say it looks like a wormhole. And so all the ships coordinate. Picard gives Seven not a rank, but a posting. What's it called? I can't remember. And basically, Seven takes charge because she has the most experience with the Borg. A commission. He gives her a commission. And so basically, the Jurati Borg Queen goes, "This is why I was here, to save people." They've created a transport hub. So it's a transport hub from somewhere else. And her as the Borg Queen from another universe. I don't know how that kind of works. Her as the Borg Queen from another universe is going to stand guard at the gate. She's going to stop anything coming through getting in. Basically, and I feel like next season is going to be investigating what's through that. Which means are they going to get the Enterprise E back? Maybe the J? I don't know. So my thoughts on... and obviously they're all in... Then we cut to them in the bar. Guinan's there. Whoopi's back as herself. Tells him about Rios and how he died. And they were doing all these beneficiary things. He helped the planet out. And she talks about how he'd helped her and how she'd handled things. Elnor is alive now. We saw that in the Stargazer. That was the extra bit of energy that Q had. So Elnor's alive, and he gives Elnor a drink, and Elnor doesn't like it. And basically he just goes, "You guys are my family," toasts them the drink, and then he goes, "I've got something else to handle." And then he goes to see Laris, and he goes, "The world doesn't give you second chances, but sometimes people do." And then we're left on a zoom out of Picard and Laris holding hands, not making out. Apparently seeing old people make out in Hollywood is disgusting. That is where we leave the season. It was an interesting episode, but that bit after Q just seemed like, bang, 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 this is all that's happening. And I get they wanted an action beat. It just seemed very, very tacked on at the end. I wish they'd ended it last season and then last episode, and ended it in the 25th century this episode. Otherwise, it was a really good finale. As I said, I've never cried at a Star Trek before, and I was getting teary-eyed. Will Wheaton turning up was a real treat. I was like, what the fuck? Yes, I'm swearing. I'm excited. I'm going to watch Strange New Worlds after this, and my review's going to be posted tonight as well. It's going to be a busy night. So the whole episode, the plot, look, most of the plot was okay. They rounded everything up in a nice little bow. Oh, and I forgot to mention, Sung pulls out a file which says the Khan Project. I don't know what that means. I'm gathering it might be a lead up to the episode at Enterprise. They're not I don't think they're the same Sung, but certainly that could be the beginning of the genesis of those episodes, which I thought was really, really cool. And you see Khan's name, and immediately everyone gets a little bit excited. So, yeah, the episode was really good. It was high energy. It gave me the feels. And I have a lot of thoughts about this season. I think it's been a bit of a mixed bag. I think this episode very much demonstrates that. We have, like, 1 minute it's 100 miles an hour, next minute we're going at a glacial pace. But I very much, the Q stuff was brilliant. The Borg Girardi stuff just sort of, like, we sort of had the conclusion last episode. Seeing her in this one was pointless. So we've lost Rios and Girardi for next season. We've got Seven, Raffi, Elnor, and Picard. And then we're getting all the entire TNG cast next season. So we have to be on a starship. Like, we have to be. It's a really, really interesting idea to look to. I will be doing a final thoughts on the entire season on the weekend. So make sure that you subscribe and get back here. But otherwise, I would give the episode out of 10, probably a 7. There's a few things I had issues with. A lot of it I liked. The Q stuff made me cry. Hope you come back. Take care.